Before we get started, I want to be clear. Everything on this channel is for educational and personal growth purposes only. Nothing here should be considered financial advice. The VIX has spiked all the way up to $29.49, which is the highest it's been in the last 10 months. That being said, there's no better time than right now to present you guys with my VIX allocations, the current positions I hold, and the percentage those positions hold in my portfolio. My name is Garrett. I'm a finance major at WSU and an active stock and ETF trader. I got my first brokerage account about a year ago at 18 years old, and since then made it my goal to grow that account to 7 figures. So if you do want to follow me on that 7-figure journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's dive in. First, I want to go over the VIX. The VIX is currently priced at $29.49, which is in between our $25 and $30 range, meaning 5 to 10% of my portfolio should be in cash on the sidelines, ready to deploy if any opportunities present themselves, and 90 to 95% of my account should be invested. Now, if we want to get more specific, $29.49 technically rounds down to $29. And if the VIX is priced at $29, we should have 6% of our portfolio in cash and 94% invested. Now, in reality, our VIX allocations are 99% invested and 1% in the cash and money market. Now, initially, this seems daunting, but we can justify our VIX allocation levels being so far from what they ideally should be. Now, if the market goes up and the VIX goes down, we have 99% of our portfolio invested, which gives us a high probability of making a good amount of money. This coming Monday, contingent, the stock market goes up. Now, on the contrary, if the stock market goes down and the VIX rises and surpasses $30, according to my VIX allocation levels, that now permits me to add money to the brokerage account. So I'll add anywhere in between $500 and $1,000 in order to meet my VIX allocation levels. So I will be right where I want to be. Second, we are going to go over my current positions and the percentage those positions hold in my portfolio. Now, before we dive in, the total value of my portfolio as of the close this recent Friday was $13,833. Now, throughout this video, you will see this 3%, 6%, 9%, and 12% number, because this is almost a strategy I've cultivated where no matter the stock I invest in, I want it to be worth one of 3%, 6%, 9% of, or 12% of my portfolio. Take Palantir for an example, a stock I'm very bullish on, a stock I want to take up a good sum of my portfolio. That is an example of a 12% stock. Now, when you look at a stock like KTOS, which is a military defense stock, that is a stock more for diversification purposes. So I would rather that be about 3% of my portfolio. Now, this whole notion sort of builds around diversifying my account. I don't want to have, 28% of my account in one stock, because then it wouldn't be very diverse. So you will see that 3, 6, 9, and 12% throughout the video. I just wanted to explain what that was. Now, first up, we have 14 Palantir. Now, 14 Palantir is actually around 15% of my portfolio. I am looking to dilute this share down to 10%, which would be a little closer to that, or 10 shares, which would be a little bit closer to the 12% mark. But I'm extremely bullish on Palantir right now. I got in at a good price, so I actually plan on holding these 4 shares for anywhere between a month to 2 months, maybe even a little longer. And then I plan to sell, because I do think short term Palantir is going to go up, especially with the Iran war. Next up, we have 2 FCX, which is like a bronze mining company. Now, I do like having some currencies in the portfolio for diversification purposes. That being said, ideally, this stock would be about 3% of my portfolio. although it's currently at 1.5%. So I'm actually looking to add 3 additional shares just to get us a little bit closer to that 3% mark. Next up, we have 2KTOS, which is a military defense stock. I'm investing in this stock because someone I respect suggested it, and after doing my due diligence, I believe the Iran war will actually benefit this stock, and having a few of those in the portfolio would be ideal in the near future. Now, that being said, it's currently worth about 1.5% of my portfolio, similar to the FCX, but the difference there is I'm actually comfortable with this KTOS being at 1.5%, just because I'm rather foreign to the stock. It's primarily in there for diversification purposes. Next up, we have 7CCJ. Ideally, this stock would be 6% of my portfolio, and that's exactly where it's at. So we're content with our holding there. Next up, we have 21CCL, Carnival, the cruise line. Now, when I initially bought this stock, I wanted it at 6% because I liked the idea of investing in a cruise line. I'm a cruise guy. I enjoy cruises. Investing in Carnival seemed appealing, so I thought 6% would be for me. But since then, have decided I want it to be closer to 3%. So what I am going to do is eventually sell 5 shares of Carnival just to get a little closer to that 3%. I primarily invest in the AI sector and want to keep majority of my money there. But similarly to Palantir, I don't plan on selling this stock for anywhere between 3 weeks and a month, because I am bullish on Carnival right now. I think it's a little too close to the lower Bollinger Band. I think going forward, if we get a good month in March, history shows that, February is a worse month for trading and March is a better month for trading, or, the market. So if we can get a good month in March and then a good month in April, I can see Carnival going up a good bit. Next up, we have 5WDC. This stock has been very stable in my portfolio, giving me gradual profits. Ideally, I would want this stock at 9%. That's currently what it's at. Next up, we have 4 Celestica. Celestica is a stock that's more under the radar. It's not really on the big news sources, but I'm very bullish on it. It's close to that lower Bollinger Band. If, we continue to get good weeks in the market, I see Celestica continuing to rally and getting back to all-time highs. Next up, we have 22 Robinhood. This is one of the 3 stocks I'm 12% extremely bullish on. So we are currently at that 12% mark. That's why you see that check there. We plan on longing Robinhood until it's back at all-time highs, because I believe it will hit there by the end of 2026. Next up, SoFi, likewise to Robinhood, a 12%er. We're currently at that 12%. I plan on longing until we get back to all-time highs. Next up, we have 36 Iron. Now, when I initially bought Iron, I wanted it to make up about 9% of my portfolio, and since then have decided 6% is better for me. So we're currently a little above that 9% mark. So what we're looking to do is sell 16 shares in the next month to 3 months. Now, the thing with this is I plan on selling in chunks. So we'll sell, this number of shares at this price point, this number of shares at that price point, etc., all the way until we sell 16, and then we will be comfortable with Iron being 6% of the portfolio. Next up, we have 5 NUGD. Essentially, NUGD is a gold ETF. I began trading this stock when it was priced at around $60, and its recent all-time highs were around 310. So I've made a good amount of money off this stock. It's been very consistent in my portfolio. I have 5 shares, which ideally is around 9%, and 5 shares is around 9%. So I'm very comfortable with my holding on NUGD and plan to long this stock. Finally, we have 142 shares of SOFEX. SOFEX is essentially a SoFi ETF that increases and decreases at 2x of SoFi. So if SoFi goes up 20 cents, allegedly SOFEX will go up 40. And if SoFi, or better, if SoFi were to go down 3%, SoFX would go down 6%. So those are my current holdings and the percentage those holdings have in my portfolio. Right now, my main focus is getting the portfolio back to all-time highs. In the next month to 3 months, my main goals are to dilute my SoFX holding down to 0 and meet my VIX allocation levels. Make sure you guys comment down below what stocks you are most bullish on right now. And if you want to follow me on my 7-figure journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.